Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jenk Plays with me, Jenk Coffington, and today we're playing some more Transport Fever 2. I'm having a little bit of a think about what we should do this episode, and I think what I want to do is I want to take care of some of my more neglected cities. So if you sort by size, we can see that we've got some very big cities over here that we've been giving a lot of attention to, say Salt Lake City, Olathe, Little Rock, Stockton, essentially most of the guys around here. And I was thinking, what do we do about the guys at the bottom, say Miramar, for example, or Las Vegas. Las Vegas, maybe less so. Abilene we've already looked at, which is at the top. I was thinking, okay, let's go with Miramar. What does Miramar want? And they want tools and construction materials. And I was like, okay, well, tools, got some tools up there. We know that Fargo, Pueblo, and Miramar all want tools, so maybe we could do something with that. But I had a bit of a look around the map, and I've realized we've got a quarry down here, and then all the way up here we've got some construction materials. And I was thinking maybe we use a ship to take the quarry resource up to the construction materials, and then ship the construction materials back down, and then use a train to run those construction materials back along the bottom of the map through to Miramar. And then we can also use the construction materials potentially to feed Pueblo on the way. We also know Fargo wants some as well. So I'm thinking is we could do Pueblo and Miramar off a single construction materials line, and maybe we could do a spa, I think that's the right word, a spa up to Fargo later on. Because right now Fargo is fine, they've got their transport and links, but they don't really have much else going on. But I think that's what I want to do today. So probably let's just have a quick look at the train line that's going to follow. It's going to come along the bottom, weave its way around the hills and then through. I think that would be pretty simple. We could put a cargo hub here and then ship them in. Maybe tools later on could come on the river as well. I know we've got one up here, but I think Fargo is going to demand most of them, so we could find another tool construction area and then we could use that, bring them in by sea. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do. So let's put in a port. I say this is it's been a while since we've messed around with ports. We'll go with large, we'll go with one as well. I think I'm pretty confident that we will be okay to put that, say, there, and then attach it by road to the quarry itself. Bring this round and up to, say, there. Yep, so that's connected, fine. Yep, cool, okay, and then we'll bring it up the river here, up the inside, up to, say, here. So I have to admit, take a look at this before I started recording, and what we're going to have to do is bring in a little bit of water. So we're going to have to, and you see this is what I was talking about earlier, where the train tracks are below the water level, so we have to be careful around here. Otherwise we're going to flood our trains. Yeah, let's bring this in first to say here. I know we're spending a lot of money, but we now have 100 million. One thing I'm also thinking is at some point we're going to have to put in our headquarters. Honestly, I'm never really all that bothered about headquarters. I don't really care a huge amount about headquarters, to be honest. I'm not looking at this and I was like, is that definitely the right place that I wanted to put that? We've just spent a lot of money putting that in, and now I'm thinking like, is that the right place to have it? Let's find out. If we put in, it's because there's signals there, isn't it? If we put in, say, a road to there, make it straight. We don't care about it being a crossing because we won't have any vehicles going across it. Let's get that. So that is not close enough to connect. We'll take that out. Yeah, I'm now thinking that I did not need to do that. Everyone, just ignore all of this. This didn't happen. The millions of dollars we're spending tidying up that mess. There wasn't a mess. Nobody even noticed that. It's fine. Okay. Autosave. Quick sip of tea. I have to be careful saying that. I know that there's not a huge amount of viewership on these videos, but Biffa might see this one day. He might take affront to my flagrant copying of his trademark tea sipping. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I like a cup of tea. maybe I'll think of another way to say it. Or I could swap to a different beverage. I don't know. Maybe I was going to say iron brew, but I'm not Scottish and I'm pretty sure that's cultural appropriation. I don't know. Maybe I'll never say it again, and I'll just pretend that this never happened. There we go. Yeah, so that's now connected. Fine. Cool. Okay, so we've got our large port there. We've got a large port down here. So we set the line up. We'll start the construction materials to start. And up to there. There we go. And that's going to be sea freight quarry to CM, and that's LV quarry to CM. Fine. So they're going to go back and forth. And then we need to think about putting in a train down here. What we'll do is we just smooth this out. Smooth. And we put in our train. We'll do terminus. Should we do a terminus? Yeah, let's do a terminus. Rotate. And we're going to be, how close do we need to be to the port for it to still count? So that is close enough. But I don't love that angle. Let's rotate a bit more. Save there. Okay. So that connects. That's going to be fine. Okay. Let's smooth. We don't care about the differences in road there, really. If anything, let's actually downsize that road. There we go. Is that still connected? That is not connected anymore. Ah, that is annoying. And, oh, because it's there. There we go. Let's put this in again. To save there. Let's check, it's still connected. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to run along the outside, around here, and then through to Miramar. Pueblo wants 57, Miramar wants 19. Okay, what I think we do is put in our cargo hub for Pueblo somewhere here. So let's do that now. Cargo station 2. I think 2 platforms is probably sufficient. And then if we rotate it so it's already ready to deal with having to go around the outside there. Say there. Okay. And then we can now work between the two. So we start on the inside to begin with. So the reason why I'm starting with the inside is the inside of the bend has the slower speed, and we want to keep the speed as high as possible because it means that your rate is higher, and if your rate is higher then you make more money because your machines and stuff take less time to get there. Yeah, so you want to keep it as fast as possible basically is what I'm saying. We're probably going to want quite a big bend here. That's going to be really gross, but let's work with it. We'll smooth it out afterwards. Maybe to say there, and let's just be really lazy. What happens if we just connect the two? That's the inside, and it is bridging a whole bunch of the way. I hate that. Okay, we'll just do it section by section. To say there. Keep it going, keep it going. Move it down a bit. Say there. And then zoom in with it to there. Okay, so now we're connected, no bridging. Bring it round and to there. And we'll put in a switch. I don't know why I'm dual tracking this, to be honest. Let's see, once I put this in, let's just have a think about what we're doing here. Okay, so this is a... Oh, okay, yeah, so we could have a supply line for Pueblo and a supply line for Miramar, but right now they're the same, so if we just leave it as is, it doesn't matter because they'll go out on the right, back on the left, but later on we might want to split it and have separate trains come out and around for Miramar. So we've got different supply lines for Pueblo and Miramar depending on their demand. So yeah, so we're future-proofing a little bit. It was definitely intentional. Yeah, definitely intentional. And then we just need to get a hub at this end. So looking at this, it's pretty hilly there, so there might be a tunnel through that bit. But I think probably, yeah, here's a fine place to have it, and we'll go for a terminus. Can't imagine us wanting to go past Pueblo at this point. Miramar even. Pueblo is the one we're just at. We'll put that, say, there. Okay, that gives us our destination. So essentially just a big bend. There we go. We'll start at the inside again because of speed. And then once we get to that point, we need to swap over to there. And then let's angle it a bit. There we go. We are definitely going to tunnel as we come through here. A little bit shorter maybe. Yeah, to there. And then let's just do it because we know we're going to have to. Into a tunnel. But as straight a tunnel as possible. Maybe down a bit to there. And let's just be really lazy and connect the two. Boom. Okay. And we'll do the same here. I'm kind of like, why do we have two? We don't need to. Yeah, we'll just leave that second one in. We don't actually right now need a second stop. So why is that not letting me just pop out? There we go. Pop out to 120. There we go. And then we'll just follow that back the rest of the way. At some point we might want to use that second platform. Right now, I don't think we really need to. I think it was maybe just a little bit of habit to maybe put in the two platform one instead of the single platform one. And I'm looking at that and we are on the wrong side. Oh no. Okay, let's just bring this back. The capitalist in me is like, oh no, we're wasting all these resources, but the person who's played a lot of Transport Fever looks down at that 184 million and the fact that we've only just gotten to the 1900s. And yeah, money at this point is meaningless, and we are essentially just playing to satisfy our own need to reform the world to our desires. So yeah, welcome to Transport Fever if this is your first time watching. Signals, I say this every single video, we've got trains in. There is a mod that auto signals. This is a mod-free playthrough, so I just kind of run along and put in them every so often. With the scale that we're talking about, it's very rare that we have the kind of volumes that we need to actually worry about there being inefficiencies in terms of our spacings. That is very much a problem you can have if you have very busy lines. If we had multiple lines using the same set of tracks, for example, we might want to have closer spaced signals to enable them to be closer together, but at the moment all of our trains are on single route tracks. This might not always be the case, but at the moment our towns and our resources are sufficiently spread out for it to be fine for us to do that. For example, as we've got here, we can see that it makes sense for this to be a separate line all the way along the bottom, whereas later on it might be that we're shipping stuff to Fairfield and Pueblo, where we have line sharing, where we have a food train and machines train and a construction material and tools train, and they have to share a track. Right now we don't have that, but we may in the future. So yeah, there's other ways of, there is a need there are use cases for having closer signaling, but right now we don't have that. So we've got our train stations in. I think now we just need to put in our distribution links. So if we put in the roads here for Pueblo, let me straighten that up. We'll bring this straight to, say, there, and then to there, and then we'll bring this guy out also straight. I'm conscious there's a bit of a dig there, but once buildings start going in, they'll smooth it out, and we're already connected there. Okay, and now we just need a truck station. We don't need a tram track. And what we'll do is we will put it, say, on the outside to give us a bit more space to go into, and then we need to put in the truck and load stop. So this is construction materials, so we'll put you there. We'll put that line in. So from Pueblo South to West Street, and that's going to be road freight Pueblo dist. There we go. And while we're at it, let's just set that line up properly. So full load any, and then wait forever. Yeah, we'll wait forever. And let's put some vehicles on it. Some cargo. I mean, they're not really not that much more expensive. So if we go for some steam trucks, let's go 2 for now onto Pueblo dist. And then we need to do the same down here. So let's go backwards this time. So construction materials, we'll put it there for now, and then we'll put our truck station in. Let's rotate it a little bit there, and then your line, these two, that's going to be road freight, Miramar dist. Okay, there we go. And we're going to need to put in a road depot because there are no road depots nearby at the moment. And we'll do the same again. So put 2 on. We will probably ramp these up once the stuff starts flowing. We'll do the same again. Full load all. Wait forever. Okay, and then we need to put a train on this line. Where's the best place to put that? So goes from a switch to here. I'm thinking, given that all tracks right now lead to here, and we've got the switch, let's put this in here, put in our hub, our train depot, and put on our signal, something getting on. So, and then we need to put a line. So we've got Lower Las Vegas to Pueblo to Miramar, and that's going to be train, freight, PU, so be LV, port to PU, dist. There we go. Okay, so we've got the port line in. So we've got the line in for the actual production, and we've got the line in for the distribution. So I think if we start by putting in the boats, I think where's our nearest boat hub? Our nearest boat hub is up here, so we don't actually have any along here, do we? We do not right now. Okay, so it's probably a good idea in that case to put one in this stretch here. So if we put one here for now, and then we'll put on, let's see what we've got now. So the Vandal we just unlocked, the Zoroaster we've recently unlocked, neither one of which give us what we need. These are for fuel. Maybe the Klondike, construction materials, quarry materials, and that's 30 kilometers per hour. The Joanna Castle, let's go to large. So interesting. I am thinking that I want the Donara Castle purely because I prefer the look of the ship. No other reason than that. That's literally it. Okay, so the rate is the rate is 13, and the production is 400, but it's a 2-to-1, I think. Let's go back to the here. Oh, it's a 1-to-1. So we want to get this up to 100. So that's what, 8 ships. Let's throw some money at it. That's always a good way to solve this problem. Okay, so 108. That's probably enough. So they will come down. By the time they get there, there should be lots and lots of quarry materials for them. And then we will throw a train on. Oh, I've got lots of new vehicles that we can use on our train lines. Let's see, what do we have? So steam, we've got the 442 Atlantic. So we've been using the 260 Mogul. We just unlocked the 10-wheeler. We haven't done anything with it, and we've already got the 442 Atlantic. Let's see. I think we want the 10-wheeler. It's much better at pulling. Tractive effort is much higher. And they both have a high top speed. So if we go the 10-wheeler on this line, so if we add that, and then we're delivering construction materials. So we have the flat car. Let's go to 180-ish. Let's go 186. And then we'll drop that on the port to Pueblo and Miramar. Let's see what the rate on this bad boy is. 119. That's probably way too much. 55 and 20. Yeah, so we can definitely reduce the number of carts on this guy. So 94, so that's 55, and so we want 75. I think 94 is probably sufficient for now. And then that works in terms of our rate here as well. So it's a 1-to-1 for construction materials, for quarry to construction materials. And then that gives us 100 construction materials that we then want to send between Pueblo and Miramar, who have a combined demand of less than 100. So I think that's set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this running for a bit, and then we'll cut back in once it's making some money. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Hi guys, it's been a hot minute, and they've only just recently reached the construction materials port. They're coming back with some stuff. They're making a lot of money, but this is the distance. I think it was a couple of episodes ago where we set up this food line up here, and it was the same deal. I massively underestimated how long it was going to take to get from point to point, to the extent where I've actually sent some of the ships back because they didn't collect enough quarry materials to make it worth the journey. So I'm hoping that will spread them out a bit. But the reason why I brought you guys back in is because last episode we set up this train line on the west side of this island, and it took a bit of time to get going, but now it's really really popular. And when we set it up, we only put this single train on it. So I'm thinking we'll do is if we increase that, if we just see what we've got going on. So we've got we've got a lot of people waiting at every single point. I think, how many do we have on the other side? So if we look at this side, we've got 3. Oh yeah, if we do 3 on each side, and we'll see how that goes. This guy, the trains are coming out somewhere. They're coming out over here. So Oceanside is going to be hit first. I'm not sure where the train is on this line here. So he's just coming in down here now. So it'll come in, he'll pick these guys up, and I think it'll be another little bit before they spread out enough for it to balance out. But yeah, I think that's going to make us quite a bit of money. Just spotted this while we're over here. Our rate is 214. Suppliers, consumers. If our rate is 214, is it because you need to have more tool capacity? 178. How big is our station? Our station, I think, is 240. Yeah, so our station is 240 on, let's just check this, on 240 on both sides. Yeah, it is. Okay, so clearly we need to add some boxcars to this line. Hang on, which boxcar is it? It'll be this boxcar. Yeah, let's do that. We might want to come back and replace this at some point, but if we beef it up to 239, and then that will then be the full length of the platform, and then hopefully that will ease that demand a little bit. One of the challenges with having a mixed freight train is that it's really awkward trying to figure out the rate that you need to have. I'm sure there's a way, but I've not actually seen any guides or anything to say, oh, this is how you figure out your rate per section. Because you can see we've got planks coming in on the front, and then we've got the boxcars on the back taking the tools back. And the overall rate for the line is the sum of both of those combined. And we know that we need, well, in theory it's a 1-to-1 either way. So actually thinking about that, we could have even numbers of flat cars and box cars, and just double it. So we want a rate of, let's see what rate we've got over here. So this guy is making them at 100. So really having a rate of 200 split across the 2. Yeah, a rate of 200 split across the 2. But then that'd be 400. So actually our rate's still a little bit low. But if we think about where they're going, so they're coming to here, they're going to West Valley City, which wants 44, and Olathe that wants 22. 66. So really, I say, is it 200? No, it's 100. Yeah, so we want 200 split across the two, and we are doing, was it 281? So I reckon, I know we've got a bit of backlog over here, but I reckon now as it is, that should be sufficient for a while. Yeah, it should be alright. Let's just check how our trains are doing. So he's coming in, fully laden with passengers, drops them off, and fills up. Very nice. And we still have a stack waiting for the next train to come in, who is half full. And this station is unsurprisingly empty because we just put 3 trains through it. Let's see West Valley City. There's a lot of demand for the southbound. Where's the train? So actually, yeah, we've got 3 trains coming northbound. And we've got 2 trains worth of people waiting for the southbound. Yeah, okay, so I think that passenger line, very successful. I think all of the cities on this island are going to grow quite a bit. You can see that they've got a plus 60%. Let's just quickly check our cities by size. So McKinney, Arlington, Oceanside, Fairfield, interestingly, over here has the next biggest. We can see the ones that were on the train lines, the ones with the largest options for transport. So we sort by transport size. Pueblo, Fargo, Little Rock. So Little Rock has an internal passenger link. Fairfield has an internal passenger link. We've got one here. So what we might want to do is another episode is train up this one as well. So we could say we have a train line from Miramar, Pueblo to Fairfield, and then from Fairfield, Fargo to Dallas, and have Fairfield be a hub. Or we could have Fargo be the hub, have a line from Fairfield, Fargo, Dallas, and a line from Miramar to Fargo back and forth, and Pueblo back and forth. I think Miramar's a bit too small at the moment, and so is Pueblo. So, I don't know. That's probably a couple of episodes away from now. Let's just check in on how our construction materials are doing. This guy, is he coming in with construction materials? Let's see. He is not. What with this guy? This guy. Okay, so this guy. So this section that we are filming now has been just over 6 minutes. And I was away. Well, I say I was away. I left it running for a bit, did some other stuff in the background, tidied some stuff up, improved some of our less important lines that have just been ticking over. And we've made probably $80 million since this ship initially set off. Although it's probably that guy was probably the first ship to set off. And we finally have some construction materials coming in now. That train, let's turn this train around, bring him back, get some construction materials going, and then we can actually finally finish this episode. So I'm going to give this guy a second to get here, and then we'll cut back in. Okay, so it's been another couple of minutes, and this guy is coming in hot to collect his first shipment of construction materials. It's not much, but it's something. It's gonna be a while until the next shipment comes through, because I mean he's only just set off, and it takes a long time for these guys to traverse this river here to get down back to our distribution point. So what I'll think I'm gonna do is let this guy set off and draw this episode to a close. Next time we come in, we might take another look at this line, see how it's doing, but I think for now that's enough for today. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.